Hello. Today I want to talk to us about a night. I call this night the night of nights. One night that impacted humanity in the most extensive way ever imagined. In John chapter 13 verse 30, we read, "So, after receiving the morsel, the piece of bread, he went out immediately," that is Judas, "and it was night." This was the night when Judas betrayed Jesus Christ. And the commentary of this verse is profound. The last part of it says, "And it was night." Night like no other night. The night that touches every human that lives on earth, that will ever live on earth. Beginning from the day of this night. First, for Judas, the betrayer of his master, it was a night that ushered him into an eternal ruin. For Jerusalem and the people of Israel, it was a night that triggered off a judgment like never known in the history of the nation, culminated in the rejection of their Messiah and subsequent crucifixion of the one they had looked for. And the impact of that night is still felt by Israel today. Jerusalem has become the pot of violence. The people of Israel are hated everywhere in the world. That night is speaking to Israel. But not only to Israel. That night was for Peter a night of unprecedented shame. A night that he denied his master. A night that the flesh was judged as being weak. It was a night that his trusted disciples fell asleep. They couldn't watch for an hour with him. And then he said to them that night, "The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak." Over and over, that night brings something to each person. Each of us has something to take out of that night, depending on what side of the divide we stand. But for Jesus, it was a night much waited for. It was a night that brought him to the hour of his mission. What was that? His mission to redeem and be the ransom for the world. What a night. The testimony of a night that we will continue to tell even after this place. But for the world, it was a night with a sweet song. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him will not perish but have everlasting life. My friend, I bring this short message to ask you, on what side of this night are you? Like Judas, who betrayed his master? Like Peter, who denied his Savior? Or will you be a different one? The one that will believe that this night was the end of the reign, the tyranny of sin over humanity. It was a night that the elders of Israel judged Jesus in their kangaroo court, and they found him guilty of blasphemy because he said he was the Son of God. It was a night in which the Son of God was found guilty by mortal man and sentenced to death. Death, the most shameful of it all, death on the cross. But it was a night that brought us to the place of redemption. Oh, what a night. I invite you to be a partaker of the light that shone out of that night, the light of the world, the light that brings redemption, the light that brings salvation. What will you do? Don't stand on the other side of this night. Stand on the right side of this night and receive Jesus Christ into your life, and it will be light out of darkness for you. And you ask, how will I do that? Very simple. Believe that Jesus Christ went through that night to the cross for you, and that you can't save yourself from the judgment that comes from sin, and believe that God provided a ransom in his Son Jesus Christ, who died on the cross, and on the third day God raised him from the dead. If you will believe that and confess that with your mouth, you will be saved. And that night, what I call the night of night, will become the night of lights to you. God bless you.